Not going to lie, lovely Cancerians, this is not an easy card, okay? You have drawn Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain, but it is a very powerful one, and I really feel that it reflects where you've come from over the past year, 2025, as we move into 2026, okay? As we move into the new year, I know it seems like 2025 just went swing like that. You are taking everything that you've sort of loaded yourself up with in 2025, and it's a lot, as they say on Aussie Maths, and you are using this as your rocket fuel, as your power. Now, does that always feel powerful and like, yes, I'm the winner? No, it doesn't. Sometimes it feels like you're a hot mess. Sometimes you are a hot mess. We water signs, we spend a lot of time being a hot mess. But one thing I do know about you lovely crabs is when you're a hot mess, when you're in a bit of a meltdown, when you are, dare we use the S word, a spiritual growth, it's a messy but potent process for you, okay? And one that is very much worth sticking around for. Now, I've just got a channeled message, ping, which is a really weird channel message, but I do get it sometimes, where used to be an old slot machine where you went ka-ching and pulled the lever, and it had 3 wheels, and it had like head, body and feet, like policeman's head, lady's head, teddy bear's head or whatever, and they all spinned around, and you won money if they aligned with the right body and the right feet. I'm getting that you are kind of in a bit of a discombobulated folk lady dancing beginning of the year. So expect things to be discombobulated. Expect things, and they probably are as you're coming into this reading. And please do tell me, just putting some hand cream on, it's winter, what can I say? Tell me in the comments section, don't get into personal details, but just let us know what's been going on for you, whether you have been just loading up and feeling like you're just loading a load of dung. Now look, when people do load a load of dung, it's very powerful stuff. When it breaks down, it creates power. You're like, Gemma, have you come on here to talk to me about a pile of shit? Because that's my life. It's good shit, okay? It's good shit. And with that in mind, just bear this one in mind, okay? This is such a powerful card because it means that you are transmuting something. You are taking something very difficult and making it into something very powerful. Is it uncomfortable? Tick. Are you busting your comfort zones? Tick. Do you Cancerians like to do that? I would say in the long term that you do. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm a Pisces, I'm not a Cancerian, but I feel like we have quite a close sisterly bond. I feel like Cancerians in the short term shy away from disruption and confrontation, but in the long term, you actually have a bit of a plan in the back of your shell of an evolution. You're not a sign that makes fast moves. And honestly, you're not a sign that should make fast moves. I don't think that's beneficial to you. I don't think it's in keeping with your ethos. We always say with a Cancerian, when you're making a huge change in your life, you are a ferry that is turning. You almost have to think about that turn for months ahead. But when you make it, you are going. And there's no going back, even if you want to, okay? Ooh, heck. Righty-hoo. Ooh. I'm going to take these 2. I'm going to take a third one. Soul contracts. Interesting, interesting. Before birth, you chose these lessons. You're like, did I? Did I really? Yes, you did. And bonds. Trust your agreements as divine stepping stones of growth. Bayek. In the second half of this reading, we are going to look at love life. So if you think that that is like ding, 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 ding in your love life, You'll get that in the second half. Okay, soul contract. So the things that you are experiencing at the moment, and as we move into 2025, and as you can expect to experience as the year goes round, and also, and I don't know because I haven't got my moon diary, look out for the first full moon in January. That's going to be a big turning point for you. Okay, the other card I pulled for you was higher self. Absolutely. Your higher self whispers always. And it's been whispering to you since about November of 2025, okay? Trust its guidance as the purest voice of wisdom and truth. We'll have a look at what that might pertain to. Okay, let's throw some tarot. I'm also gonna get hold of some of the Normand. You may hear the cat flap going a lot because my girls are all here somewhere downstairs. I've put the heating on, so often they're like, like this in the living room. But sometimes when I'm doing, particularly when I'm doing a Cancerian reading, they'll be like, yeah, I want to come through. I want to test the cat flap. Yeah, I want to show you my walnut. Only friends. So yeah, we'll see. Let's take a couple of tarot to go with this to see what we're looking at, okay? What's going on with life path for my lovely Cancerians? You know I love you, Cancerians, and always want to say thank you to you for being my absolute loyal ride or die star sign for many, many years, and long may it continue. Okay, nice. That's exactly the card that you want to get. Yes, 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 yes. These are good. These are what I would call high fiber, okay? They're good for you, long-term good for you, high fiber cards. Temperance. This is a gorgeous card to get. It's peace in some ways because you're learning to manage yourself. But what people don't often talk about in temperance is that, you know, and in this one, there's sort of one jug, but normally in temperance, there's two jugs, said Benny Hill. So it goes like this. You've got the angel or the woman, whatever, like that. One of the jugs is really difficult stuff. It's all the bad stuff. It's the difficult stuff. It's very necessary. You can't just have one without the other. The other one is the nice stuff, the good stuff, the easier, the sparkly, the glitter, the unicorns, okay? So you sort of got these two, and you need to find a balance between both of them. And this means that you can. Temperance as well, of course, major arcana, which we love. So you are able, and I'm going to say for some of you that this is through some kind of creative endeavor that you might be coming up with in January, okay? Now this happens to us all a lot in January. We get all excited about things. We're going to do some courses. You know, we're going to learn to tap dance. I don't know. We're going to lose 10 pounds. We're going to gain 10 pounds. We're going to learn to do oil painting. For you, there's something here about creativity that needs to be followed up. And it won't be for everybody, but it's more than just a hobby, okay? Let me dump my coffee over there. Half and half. For those of you that watch my daily, you'll know you're in for a good reading because I've had some caffeine. Okay, so if you get a whiff of something, you see an advert for a class, you see a photography class, you see an art class, whatever it is, maybe it is tap dancing. God, my hair's gone weird today. Go for it. Sign up. Sign up. Okay, this is your sign to sign up. Three of Pentacles, working with others, being cooperative, teaching, learning, sharing. I love this. Being on the same page as other people, discovering who your tribe is, who your community is. Now for Cancerians, I'm going to say this is more important than for nearly every other sign, okay? You lot are the beating heart of a community, but you also need community for yourselves. Often Cancerians, my friend's mum's a Cancerian, I mean, she's so lovely. My friend, who some of you will know, the Aries, that lives down the road, down there, my best friend from school. I'm Pisces, she's Aries, her mum's a Cancerian. Her mum will drive to her house with rock buns in a really nice tin just because. Sometimes it's there just for her husband as well. They're like, I just thought he might, you know, after he's been cycling, he might want some of these. She also makes the best, she just does the best Christmas dinners and the best. When you go to their house, it's comfortable. Old wooden table, you know, nothing fancy, but so comfortable. I remember breakfast times at their house, making endless pieces of toast and just paring off cheese and putting marmalade on and pots of Earl Grey tea and cracked mugs and all that. Nothing fancy, but the heart of everything. So you are that. But also, lovely Cancerians, you need that. You need it too, okay? You're not doing this alone. You're not transmuting all of the pain alone. You're not transmuting the difficult lessons alone. You are also in need of support yourselves at times and not very good at asking for it. You can overfunction. I've seen this, I've watched this. As a Cancerian, if you're upset or if you need something, hello, come on then. You can overfunction. So if you catch yourself, you know, baking 75 cakes or whatever your version of overfunctioning is, check in with yourself, do a body scan, okay? Think about what's been important to you your whole life, this soul contract. What are your bonds? What are your lessons in the world? What is the lesson you've been trying to learn all your life? What is the lesson you want to help others achieve as well? And who is your tribe and where is your community? And are you able to lean on them? Are you able to let them know when you need them? Because the next card is the Eight of Wands, and it's about making things into words, communicating, talking, speaking, writing, singing, itching, laughing. If I get an itchy ear, you know, okay? Also, this can mean that other people will be talking to you about things. You'll be receiving information, maybe about classes, maybe about from friends. People will confide in you as well. Now, this is good because you probably want to know what they have to say. You might have been wondering what they've had to say for ages, but don't go overboard on this because you can't have everybody confiding in you all the time because then you're carrying everybody's stuff. And remember, you can't transmute other people's stuff. You kind of can only transmute your own. There's only really, in the early part of 2026, room for you. And that's difficult for you, but you should be looking for help from others. You're probably going to be helping others anyway. You don't really need to work on that. You need to work on you reaching out. And also, what is your higher self whispering to you? Trust its guidance, okay? And we will look at love in a couple of minutes. And there will be, oof, hello, an extended love reading as there is every month, okay? So for those of you, when I get into the love reading, if it really resonates, you can click the link for that. Ooh, hello. The Eight of Cups next to the Eight of Wands. Movement. Movement. Now, the Eight of Wands is communication. People moving information to you, people talking to you, people letting you know things. It can be getting texts from people, emails from people, stuff just crossing all over the place. Eight of Cups is leaving some things behind in the past. Now, I'm going to say, because I'm getting a channeled image of you, and by the way, if this is resonating, my lovely Cancerians, please do hype the video. You've been brilliant at doing this, and it's really, really helping the channel, so pincer to pincer. The hype button, if you hit the like button on your phone and go like that, you'll go past clip and rewind and all sorts of weird stuff. Hit that hype button. Thank you very much, lovely Cancerians. Oh my God, I like this. 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups. There are some things to talk about and there are some things to leave behind. We get the Queen of Cups, and that is you. Now, remember these, the soul contract and the higher truth. You know something. You know there are whispers on the breeze. You are aware and unaware at the same time. It's been in the dark and it wants to come out into the light. Let's take some love and relationship cards. Now, this can be for friendships. This can be for lovers. And I want this one. Lover's paths. Lover's path. Lovers. Look at those. Aren't they gorgeous? Lover's path. Tell me, please, this Queen of Cups, this receiver of information, this I have to decide what to walk away from. Hang on a minute. I'm just refolding a pair of pants on the radiator. That's better. You'll know better than most that you got to do both sides. Multitasking. What's that doing in there? Okay. Right. What do we need to know? Oh, I'm so glad you got that. King of Pentacles. This is very, very nice. Now, I particularly like the King of Pentacles for Cancerians when it comes to love and relationships, okay? Because this is what my mum calls someone with a knob, a bob and a job. And Cancerians, I think in your love life, do you have to be choosier than other people? Yes, I think you are choosier than other people with good reason. You have a very soft underbelly. You are very nurturing as a sign and ready to give love. And you're just a big softie, okay? We know this. We know you're a big softie. But at the same time, there is something here about who deserves it. And this is right across, you know, friendships and work relationships and any kind of ships that you're in, okay? So any kind of connections, friendship, love, all of that good stuff. And the King of Pentacles is someone who is reliable, and it's a standard that you should definitely set for, oh, I love that you get that you should definitely set for yourself. And it isn't always about chemistry when you get the King of Pentacles, and it can be somebody that you've just been maybe dating, you know, for a short time, but then it can step onto something more serious or more, what's the word I'm looking for? Dependable. I know for most signs that would be so boring, but for you, it's not boring. It's everything. And it's particularly everything when I pull the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, yes, I did. The King and the Queen of Pentacles. Woohoo! Now, these two together are essence. I know that you don't come up as the Queen of Pentacles, but it's different when it comes up as a pairing. This is a match. This is a beautiful match. 2026 for you could be a very everyday, quality, quiet, I want to say earthy, doesn't have to be an earth sign, grounded, that's what I mean, relationship. Now, in the middle of them, we've got this, which is a bit of a thorn, bit of a fly in the ointment. 5 of Wands. Now, it's not a big deal. The 5 of Wands isn't a big deal. It's not a huge kind of like, oh my God, you know, but it can be communication that's a bit like this at the moment, or it could be a relationship you find early in 2026. Some line of communication is a little bit frayed. It's a little bit jagged. I sometimes see it as a ball of wool that's a bit knotted up. It can be miscommunication, some kind of, it's just a niggle in the middle of it, okay? But if you get the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles together, your values match. It doesn't really matter, yes, whether you've got loads in common or whether they're the right age for you, and this can also be with friends as well. You're not particularly going to want to make acquaintances in 2026. I feel like it kicks off in January, okay? That you have a new set of rules. You have a new manifesto. And that is that the glamour and the chemistry of friendships or close relationships, romantic relationships that might normally have drawn you in is not going to draw you in the same way. Therefore, I feel like you're going to be exposed to less falsehood, but also, and this always happens when you get the Eight of Cups, you are willing to ghost or walk away, or because you do have it with the Eight of Wands actually, which is communication. You're willing to speak your mind. And when I say ghost, I don't mean sneak off. I mean vanish from people who are not like this. You have an opportunity here for something that is very simple, that is very karmically adjusted. We get justice. I love this. That you have the ability, it's like, and I'm going to write that down, it is a karmic reset. And they don't come out of nowhere, okay? It seems like it does, but you deserve it. I've written it down with my giraffe pen. Look at that. Let's dig a bit deeper. Love that you get justice. So for those of you that have been struggling in your love life, struggling with either being misunderstood, not understanding yourself, not being able to communicate with somebody in particular or with anybody in particular, the Six of Swords, I love this. We get in the boat and we can move to something better. Are you with me? Ding dong, a ding along, a ding dong. Let's have a look at what might be holding you back from this. What's holding you back in love? Love. Oof! Fucking hell. This is a big deal. For some of you, it's a real make or break, actually. And maybe you haven't wanted to face that, you know, and you're transmuting pain. Because by God, look at this. We get separation and we got the Eight of Cups. So for some of you, you're done. For some of you, you're dealing with something that may have drifted apart in 2025 and you're not done. But we also get triggered. Now, I like this. I don't know if I'd always like it, but I like it here because I get it with divine timing. Okay? If you find yourself annoyed, angry, and you should, with things that are unjust, with karmic imbalances, know that the universe is setting these straight for you, okay? And because this is the first month of 2026 that we're coming into, I think it's going to feel new, and I think it's going to feel tricky at first, okay? It's not all glitter and unicorns. It's not completely easy. It's not what you're used to. Let me take you a Winter Lenormand card. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting. You get the arch. I love an arch. Connections, transitions, and growth. Now, spiritual growth is a biatch, and we know that. It's not easy, it's not comfortable, and if we're going to be completely accountable, and I think we should be, us water signs, we don't always want it because it's uncomfortable and difficult, and we like to try and keep things nice, and we like to smooth things over, and we want people to be friends, and we want everything, you know what I mean. It's we run on feelings, and Cancerians in particular run on feelings. But you're a cardinal sign, okay? So you've got more backbone than us Pisceans have got. And when you get the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Cups, you are ready to speak your truth. And I'm writing that down. You're ready to speak your truth. I love that. Now, it doesn't mean you've never spoken your truth up until now, but I don't feel that everything was in alignment. What's happening now is, one, the universe is listening, because when you get the Justice card, it means it's just easier. Things are listening, the universe is aligned with you, and when you are brave, you feel like you're aligned with yourself. You feel like you're aligning with your power rather than aligning with your doubt. That is a huge message for you, okay? Before, you've been aligning with your doubt. Now, divine timing can also be really difficult because we want things to happen on our calendar. We want things to happen when we're feeling maybe needy about it, or we really want something. And of course, the universe just has other plans about that. But when you move into this, when you are transmuting that pain, when you are becoming who you've been becoming for like the last 5 years, there is a sense of power and a sense of alignment moving into 2026 that you just cannot ignore, okay? And when it comes to love and relationships, this is possible, and also your bottom line. This is the least that you expect and deserve, and the universe recognizes that. I love this. In the extended reading, I'm going to do an extended love reading. I will do some you and them side by side cards, and I will also do a wider love reading for you as you come into January 2026. And we will also look at any obstacles, what's blocking, what's coming up, and how they feel about you, how you feel about them, opportunities, and the way to make the most of it. Because that's always in the extended reading what I'm looking for. I'm looking to give you the best opportunity to achieve that. Love this. Okay, I'm going to go and do that now. It's the link in the description box, and I will see you, lovely Cancerians, on the other side. Namaste.